What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first show of Tink's Music Talk Box. I am Tink, and what we're going to do on this show is we're going to highlight local, or not local, I guess it could be anywhere. We're going to highlight original artists. So anybody that is watching, there's playlists on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music that will have songs from all three artists and myself that are featured on tonight's show. And we're going to keep growing that playlist as I keep doing the shows, adding more songs by other artists on there as well. So, all right. So this is the three artists that are on tonight. It's somebody having camera problems.
It fell right off.
Just went.
Yeah.
This is Andrew and Joe from Voices of the Damned. We have right down here, we got Nathan LeBee, and right over there, we got Rachel, who's Valena Shale. Am I saying it right? Is it just Shale, or is it Shale?
Shale.
Is it Shale? Okay.
Yeah.
I heard Disher say that the one night, and I was like, there's two syllables?
It's essentially the last part of Rachel, so but it's just pronounced differently. I don't know.
No.
Anyways.
Okay. So, we're gonna break the show into three parts where we talk about all three artists separately and talk about where they've been, where they are now, and where they're going, and then talk about any kind of music projects they have coming up. And so Andrew and Joe were in here first. Let's just start with them. And so how did all this stuff come together? You guys are cousins, so you guys have known each other for quite a long time.
A little bit of time.
Yeah, about 34 years or so.
Yeah, a little bit of time. Basically, Voice of the Dam was conceived in September of 2019. So it's been a little over 3 years now.
Okay.
About 3.5.
Yeah.
Went through some member changes to kind of get the right lineup. I approached Andy last year.
Last year, yeah.
And said, hey, I have a void in the band. He actually came in and played bass. And then we had to make another change. And then we kind of prompted him to find his natural instrument, which is guitar, obviously.
Yeah.
And things have been pretty magical ever since that.
Sweet.
And it's good just to be able to jam with my cousin. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So like when the writing process, was all that stuff done? Because you guys have the full length album out. That was all I saw? Is there more out there than just that?
Well, we have we have the EP out. We have Awakening the Beast EP was released in 2021. We are currently working on new material to hopefully by beginning of summer of this year to start recording and releasing new music.
Cool, very cool. Now let's talk about the production side of it. When I was listening to this stuff, what it reminded me of was Spiritual Healings by Death. Have you ever heard that album?
Wow.
I know Death. I would have to brush up on that.
That was their first or second album. I can't remind. But like the production and stuff, I was like, wow, this really takes me back, and it felt great. I really liked it. We're gonna play a little bit of the first song that you guys that Andy sent to me, which is "Rising Again." We're gonna play a little bit of that and give everybody kind of a listen to see Voices of the Damned. Dude, that breakdown is brutal, man. I love that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I really love that. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, let's talk about like when is who all played on the album? Was it before Andy got involved, or was it?
Yes, it was before Andy. Everybody, and it's not that I want to say it, but everybody that you heard on that EP is no longer with the project. Okay. Due to either personal reasons or just couldn't be in a band environment. Since then, I'm going to plug. Can I plug the guys that are in the band now? Is that
sure,
plug them? So, obviously, Andy, my cousin, is playing lead and rhythm guitar for me.
Okay.
We have Daniel Niederkorn, who's leading rhythm guitar and backing vocals.
Okay.
And Rob Minton, a beast of a drummer. I know he's on TikTok all over the place too. Rob Minton, he's just a monster drummer. I do the vocals, and that's kind of where we are right now with everything. Right in and getting ready to release. Hopefully, we're gonna do something a little different. Not EP, not album. We're gonna go in the studio, record 3 songs, and we're gonna release a song once every month. And while those 3 songs are being released, we'll be in the studio recording 3 more, release 3 more after that. And then hopefully by fall, early winter, have like 8 songs released, release an album with those songs plus 2 bonus tracks that were not previously released throughout the months.
Nice. Now, where are you guys going to do your recording? Is it local studio?
Spider Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, Spider Studios.
And whenever you guys go in, are you doing any of the stuff at home, or like doing demos and then going in, or how you doing like pre-production?
We'll probably do some pre-pro before we go in, but we want to get everybody the experience of doing it in the studio. Like on the EP, it was a lot of pre-pro, and then we went in and did drums were separate in the studio, and then vocals and stuff that. But I think this time our game plan, because we're only going to be doing 3 songs at a time, is just book a long weekend and get there and just hammer everything out right there at Spider Studios.
Right.
And who record? You're telling me who recorded at Spider? Like this guy who he recorded so many awesome.
He released. He recorded the first couple Chimera albums. One of the metal bands here from Cleveland.
Yeah.
He's done Walls of Jericho. I think he's done stuff with some Marvel or some superhero soundtrack stuff. They recorded there at Spider. So people come from all around the place to come here in Ohio to record there.
Yep.
That's awesome. So that we talked about the future. When do you think that you said by the end of the year you want to have a full length thing going on?
Well, hopefully the album will be released with but hopefully by summer we'll be in the studio and start slamming some of the music out by mid to end summer. And then it really depends on the timing of everything, because everybody knows it's balancing schedules and studio availability and all that stuff. So we have a tentative game plan, but obviously everything is subject to change.
Right. So you guys have a TikTok, right? What's the name of the TikTok handle that people can follow you?
Andy, this is all you, buddy.
So it's Voices of the Damn Band. We just started up not too long ago. We're slowly starting to get some content on there. I think we just broke 80 followers. So we're starting to get up there. Yeah, we're starting. You got to start somewhere. So
everybody has humble beginnings, right?
Exactly.
I'm new to the whole TikTok thing, so it's like I know Andy and my drummer Rob are on there all the time. I am completely new to the whole TikTok thing, so I think this is my actual first TikTok appearance.
It is.
To be perfectly honest with everybody here in TikTok world, this is my first TikTok appearance.
Awesome. Well, if you guys liked what you heard so far, we're going to play the part of the next song, which is Alone, from their Awakening the Beast EP. And if you guys like what you heard, can somebody find the Voices of the Damned and one of the mods? Can you guys tag that in the chat, and people can go and check them out? So
basically, quick before you, not to interrupt you, sir. This song has a pretty solid meaning. It is to bring awareness to child and human trafficking.
Very good.
It is a serious song. It is a serious thing that is going around in the world. It needs to be stopped.
Right.
Unfortunately, from where we are here in Cleveland, they are the biggest culprits in child and human trafficking.
Really?
I'm embarrassed to say that. So I figure with us being musicians and myself having a voice, we can basically have a voice for the helpless and the voiceless in this situation. So I always play the song live. And the thing I say at the end of the song is, if you see something, say something, because odds are it's not right if you are looking at a situation and it's so see something, say something.
That's awesome. Awesome. Keep a pin in that live stuff. We're going to talk about that after we're done listening to this.
Okay, sir. Excerpt. Fantastic.
Let's do this. Yes.
Feedback on their end.
One of these days, I'm
That part right there is probably I love the melody, the sort of the melodic journey on that part there. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the song. So you guys are playing shows and stuff like that. Where I mean, if you're in, I guess, the Cleveland area, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys do you guys have any like video that you could? Because I mean, that's one thing you could do to try to build your. Hi everybody in the chat. That's one thing you could do to sort of build your TikTok channel, is to take some video of the shows and stuff like that and post the stuff like that.
Right. We definitely need to do that. I would definitely like to do a lyric video for that song alone and kind of put facts and all that kind of stuff out there to bring people that maybe are not aware of this situation, that there are organizations and websites and orgs that do stuff to help the victims of this heinous crime.
Yeah. And Rachel and Nathan, if you guys have any, I mean, you guys are muted right now, but if you guys want to ask these guys any questions, please, feel free to jump in as well.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Dude, yeah, I love your vocals. It reminds me a lot of Randy Blythe. I just wanted to say that. But
yeah, I get that. When we released this EP, I had a person I know in the industry go, I know you get the Randy Blythe comment, but he goes, I hear a little Des from Devil Driver in this release. So that was another big compliment. So, I mean, I guess if I'm going to compare it to vocalists in my genre, I mean, if you're going to get compared to the heavy hitters, that's a good day for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I mean, I'm a huge Lamb of God fan. So that's I meant it as a compliment for sure.
No, I appreciate that. We actually we're working on we're going to do a cover of Walk With Me in Hell. So once we get that out there, you'll have to send it to Nathan and let him check it out. So,
hell yeah,
for sure,
love it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So with you guys being in Cleveland, do you guys get down to Pittsburgh at all?
Where's that Basement Transmission?
Basement Transmissions, there was something in Erie, I believe.
Oh, that was Erie.
I believe it was Erie.
You guys, I need to hook you up with some friends in Pittsburgh. They're a band called Victims of Contagion.
Okay.
And then there's another one. I think it's Fall of Babylon. A buddy of mine, real good friend of mine, his name's Mike Rush, is the drummer for those bands. What's up? I hit the goal. We did 100 lightning bolts.
Woo! Nice.
So
if you have friends of yours in bands and up there in Pittsburgh or wherever, just
because
send them our way. It's always good to get travel in different cities and states.
Because I might be from there.
Oh, maybe just a skosh.
There's a Rob. Rob is in our chat now. Rob Noxious 79. That's our drummer.
That's our drummer.
There. Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Rob.
So make sure you're giving all these folks follows and stuff like that. Look at all that. Thanks everybody for the gifts and stuff. It's pretty awesome, for sure.
Okay, somebody needs to explain the lightning bolt thing. I think I said this is my first TikTok experience. Explain the lightning bolts.
The lightning bolts are gifts. So everybody, Luigi and Johnny, just gave some gifts, and so basically, if you look at on the screen, like right above, probably like right about here, on me, and then for the top left of everybody's screen, you'll see like you guys have 70. Nathan right here has 70. Rachel over there has 80. So those are gifts. And thank you guys so much. Very, that's so right. And look at that. Rob Noxious is getting in there and giving you guys some gifts. So what that means, the gifts transfer into money on your TikTok account. So basically,
gotcha. Okay, cool. So, now I know.
So, like I said before, I think Grim or somebody put the link for the band's TikTok down there. Obviously, follow Andrew over here. And we're gonna move on to Nathan down here below. Make sure you I just got caught up in my head. Make sure you give these guys over here a follow, and we're gonna move down here to Nathan and talk about some guitar stuff, man. Nathan,
what's up?
Let me just tell you.
Wait till you hear this guy play guitar. He fucking rips it.
You guys are too kind.
So,
well, I need to hear it now.
So, what would you do if I just sucked really bad? Like they're hyping me up.
Well, then I just blame my cousin. Then I would just blame him. So
he's good. He's good.
So Nathan, let's talk about your beginnings, man. When did you start playing, and where does all this talent come from?
So I started playing when I was 14. And I'm 28 now, so I've been playing for 14 years. And I'm self-taught. I just my dad was a drummer, and he, I always heard music around and stuff. And I lived with my mom, and I was like, I want to be a drummer like my dad. And my mom was like, we're not getting a drum set. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna play guitar then. And so I started playing guitar, and my dad, he only knew like 3 songs on guitar. So he taught me my first 2 songs I ever learned, which was Pipeline and Wipeout. So
Wipeout was one of my first songs, dude.
Really? That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started playing that. I played in high school. And then when I graduated, a friend and I just did everything we could to try to be in a band, and we even like took our acoustic guitars and went down to our city's square and started, playing just on the
panhandling.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But then we started the band Lorarium. It's not really a band anymore, but from 2014 to 2020, I was in a progressive death metal band that I did vocals and guitar for.
Yeah.
And so that's where that started. And then it just kind of COVID happened, and the band just kind of is not really a thing anymore. And I was like, you know what? I was always super into Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and all those kind of players growing up. I want to try to do my own version of that. And so I just started recording myself and writing songs, and then from 2020 to now, I now have 3 albums and 2 EPs that I've recorded, awesome. Wrote, and did all myself. So
you did all of the production yourself?
Yeah, I did the production
because it sounds really good.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
So where did you learn that skill? Because that's what I'm trying to do with some of my stuff as well.
Oh, thanks. Just trial and error. Like the first couple albums that I did, the first two I did in GarageBand. I think what saved me on those, like now I have studio monitors and stuff, and they can like really trick you into thinking it sounds good when it doesn't. And my first two albums, I didn't have studio monitors. I just had headphones, and there's like just really flat headphones. And what I would do is I would listen to my mix, and then I would listen to a famous band's mix back to back, and I'm like, this sounds like crap. And I just kept tweaking it until it sounded as close as I could get it to sounding like someone else's.
Right. Right.
That's how I did that. But and then just watching tons of YouTube videos and stuff. It's actually kind of overwhelming, really. Like, I don't know if I could do it again. But
all right, we're gonna play a little bit of Funky Song, the track that's on the playlist. If you guys, I'm gonna plug the playlist again. If you go to the link in my bio, you scroll down to the bottom of the blue buttons. There's 3 playlists now for Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Music. So, and then all of these songs you're going to hear parts of tonight will be on that playlist. And as I keep doing the shows, we're going to keep adding songs to the playlist. So, you definitely want to put the playlist in your library, and then, check in on it like once a week or so to see all the artists that are going to be on the show. So this is Funky Song from Nathan. Okay, so you gotta help me out here. How do you keep that like whenever you're writing instrumental music? I haven't written a lot of instrumental stuff, but I feel like whenever I do, I don't keep a structure like you do. You have like this. This is definitely like a guitar verse. This is like your theme that comes back, and then you do this. I just feel like I ping pong all over the place. Like, so where does that come from for you?
So like when I was in Lorarium, the progressive death metal band, we were that way where it was like literally it'd be like an 8-minute song that none of the riffs repeated, nothing. It was just like always changed. And I actually went into this project, like when I started doing my solo stuff, I was like, I'm not going to do that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's awesome, actually. But I just was like, guitar music is hard for people to get into anyways, unless you're a guitar player.
Right.
And so I thought to myself, I was like, maybe if I structure it where actually it has like a chorus and like verse and stuff, maybe people who aren't guitar players might like it too. That was my thought. I don't know if it actually works or not.
I think it transcended. I mean, because it does feel like it's like you're going through like movements, and it's like, oh, he's coming back, and it is the dynamics change, and you sort of you get to the hook part of it or whatever, And I certainly feel that, and and that's why I think I brought up to you whenever we were talking about this, the Joe Satriani sound for me, because if you listen to some of the stuff that he does, and a lot of the guitar players of that genre, they sort of do. Like, one of my favorites was always Vinnie Moore. Vinnie Moore does that stuff, or did that stuff a lot. I haven't heard a whole lot from him recently.
Vinnie Moore is my absolute favorite of all those guys. So you're speaking my language.
Right.
He's like one of my top 3 favorite guitar players of all time.
So I'm Vin Man's Brew. Am I right?
Yeah, dude. I've always told, like, they can all shred, but in my opinion, none of them have Vinny's melodies. They're just like,
right. Yeah. Right.
But.
All right, so let's talk about some live things. You've done some live shows since I've met you. Where you were doing? I
actually do quite a bit now. But
and is that all with this music, or is that some other project you have going on?
Yeah, it's just this. It's just my name, Nathan LeBee. We just play as me, but I have a drummer and bass player that plays with me. So I've got Gabe Carson on drums. He's the brother of Cassandra Carson from Paralandra. Oh. And then I've got John Plaster on bass, and he's just a good friend of ours, and the dude plays bass like nobody's business.
Nice.
And so we just, since I already had a catalog and I was looking for musicians and I knew them, they were like, yeah, we would love to play with you live. So they play with me live, and I think moving forward on the albums that I'm going to do after the ones I've already the next album, maybe not going to have them on it just because I've already recorded it. But
right.
Moving forward after that, I'll probably have them playing on them. So.
And so I had a question, but it went away. I'm getting old. You talked about because you talked about the newer stuff that you had was, when was that getting ready to be released? Is that going to be this summer, I think you said? Well,
it's tricky because I'm not really sure. I have most of it recorded and ready to go, but it's a very unique release in the sense that my brother, he's an author. He writes books. And he also, he's the one that does all my album artwork. And he's the one that did my 2 really good music videos. I have 3 music videos. One of them I did myself. And then he did Intergalactic and No Name.
Right.
And anyways, he wrote a book, right? And it's called Where the Vultures Circle. And it's not complete yet, but I wrote an album to his book. So it's kind of like I scored his book. And so if you buy his book, you get my album. And if you buy my album, you get his book. They go hand in hand.
Okay.
So I don't actually know exactly when we're going to release it because we have to work that out together. So I don't know yet.
Right. Well, that's an interesting idea too.
Yeah, we thought it'd be cool. Like just, like maybe the song names will have the same names of some of the chapters or what have you. So,
yeah. But, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
When you mentioned it, we're gonna switch over and play the second song that you sent in, which is Intergalactic, which is on the playlist that everybody should be checking out. Right? We're all checking out the playlist.
Heck yeah.
I got my eye on you people. Now I want to say, Grim, I'm sorry, man. Sometimes, I'm not as elderly as our as Papa Grim or Uncle Grim, whatever you want. But sometimes my brain just doesn't. It farts. All right, so here is Intergalactic from Nathan LeBee. Definitely love where that one goes. It feels spacious, and I like the. This is why whenever I was talking to you about the production of it and stuff, and that you did it all yourself, is because I can hear what you're doing with the production, where you have that one line where it's a lot of tapping or something like that, and you make it forward at first, and then you pull it back and make room for other things to happen inside of it. That to me is.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that song. I don't know. That song's weird. Some of them, like, when you're writing stuff, and it's like sometimes you have certain songs that you just like take forever to get done because you're like, God, I just got to work on it all the time. That one, I literally sat down one day and I finished it in a day. Like it just happened. I don't even know how to explain it. And I've tried doing it again, and I can't write another one like it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. The stars aligned or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So we talked about a little bit about something else coming up in the future now. Are you already starting to try with the guys that you have that you're jamming with? Are you guys already kind of like have some stuff set aside that you all work on together, or?
Oh yeah. So we've played. We've been playing shows together since October of last year.
Right.
We played. We've been playing. We played like a couple casino shows, and then I think we have a show in April coming up on the April 29th. Opening for the Life Project, which is Life Project is this band that the guitarist from Stone Sour, it's his new project, and Gabe, my drummer, his sister is the singer of it. So she was like, she's the reason why I get good shows because she's just a friend of mine, and she's like, hey, you want to play with us? I'm like, yeah. But yeah, we have about, I'd say if we played all the songs we know together front to back, we probably have like an hour and 20 minutes of material. We usually do about 1 hour shows when we play. So
Yeah. Now, where are you based out of again? I don't think I ever did ask you that.
Springfield, Missouri.
Oh yeah, that's not too far from. I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's quick. It's not that far.
No, it isn't. Certainly isn't. All right, so if you guys are not following Nathan down here, make sure you give him a follow. And if you like the stuff that you heard from Nathan, go ahead and stream some more of his stuff. He has 3 albums for you to listen to, so go ahead and make sure you do that. And I just want to encourage it. If you like it, buy it. Streams are great. Don't get me wrong. You can stream music all day long, and I love it when you do it. But for the artist, they make more when you buy it, and then you can listen to it as much as you want. So I just want to kind of put that out there as well. I mean, if you really like something, show it. So, and I certainly want to, before we get to Rachel, I want to make sure that I am saying thank you to the mods that are in here helping keep the peace out there, and thank you for everyone that has given gifts. I've seen galaxies come up here and notes and a whole bunch of stuff. Definitely appreciate you supporting these 3 and myself for this show tonight. It is not going unnoticed. Where I'm sort of not focusing on the chat as much because I want to give these artists the time that they deserve to promote their stuff and things like that. So I definitely don't want you to think that I'm not paying attention to the chat. I do see some things, and I thank everybody that's here. A lot of the Madmen of Metal are showing their support tonight, and because we're brothers like that. And but I certainly want to make sure that you guys don't feel like I'm just ignoring you down there in the chat. I just want to make sure that these guys get the proper exposure. I'm not ignoring you, Brute Force. I promise. You know you're my boo. All right, Rachel, unmute there.
All right.
Everybody, this is probably the first independent musician that I actually met on TikTok. So, and not actually, but like the first one that I ran into on TikTok. We've been friends since her birthday in October, which she reminded me of the other day. whenever she released one of the songs we're going to play tonight. Rachel, now? I know your story because we talk a lot. But where did it all begin for you? Where did this love of music come up for you?
I mean, I've always played an instrument since I was like 12. I've hopped around to a lot of different things, but discovered guitar when I was 14 and loved to play. I did put down, my instrument and stopped singing for about close to 10 years, just because I was told that I couldn't sing, things like that. So it was a real struggle for me. So me like coming back and doing music, just because I loved it, I started, producing and releasing instrumental songs first. And that's why I chose like a different name than my name, as I was like, I just wanted to kind of be like, I don't know, not like the Gorillaz, but kind of like the Gorillaz. Like I just wanted to release music and not be like seen, just heard, not seen. And then, through working with a couple other people, I got the courage to use my voice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I certainly, I know a little bit of the story. I'm not gonna say more than what you are, but whenever somebody tells you that you're not good at something, it is a very hard sword in the side, and it can kill your sales. And I certainly admire that about you, that you took it and said, and you come back and with a thumb in, I can do this, and it's sort of like it's very it's pretty metal.
Well, for everyone, my new motto for everyone who has said that I can't is watch me. Like,
yeah, for sure. So the one thing that I wanted to talk to you about and sort of let everybody, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, that I want to sort of let everybody else know is talk about some of the things that you've done with sync licensing and what is it and things like that. I mean, everybody wants to release music and have their music heard and things like that, but in some cases, there's more than one way to skin a cat with getting your music out there. And that one of those things is sync licensing. So go ahead and talk about that for everybody for a second.
Yeah, so that's something that I have just been getting into just because of my love for instrumental music. You watch TV or movies, there's tons of music in it, and that gets licensed through sync licensing. So, with a friend, Valentine, he's a fellow producer, mix engineer. We started kind of teaming up and writing songs for sync and submitting them to companies. And then, if they like your music, then they would sign you. They would put it in their library, and then they pitch it to television networks, movies for trailers, stuff like that. So, and I recently just wrapped up working on an album for a sync company geared towards video game music and rom-com trailers. So that was a fun project.
Rom-com trailers?
Yeah.
I've heard some of that, and I can't picture that.
Love songs, I don't know.
Well, that's awesome. And then, so, I mean, whenever some of that stuff, I mean, let's talk about the nitty-gritty of that. Whenever the sync licensing place picks that up, you don't get paid till they sell it. Is that what it is?
Right. So there is the chance that like it could just sit in their library, but say that they do get a deal, then you would get like an upfront synchronization fee, and then you would get the back end from how many times it's streamed and stuff like that. So like one of my songs that I've released on my personal artist account just got signed to a sync company.
Okay.
So they love all sorts of music with lyrics and even just instrumentals too.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now, how does somebody go about submitting their music for sync licensing and things like that?
Sure. You can Google's your best friend to find the different companies that are out there. Basically did a lot of research, made a huge list, and then started going to their websites, kind of researching what type of music each one has. Because, like I said, some cater more towards certain genres than others. And then we would see how to submit music. We would like do a bunch of emails, stuff like that, and then send a streaming link for it. So.
Mm-hmm. Because I think one of the things that I want to do at some point, I mean, yes, I've been releasing some of my singles and stuff like that, but I think you've kind of turned me on a little bit to that, and our buddy Disher as well. Mm-hmm. I want to do a Halloween album and sort of, because metal, there's nothing more Halloween than metal. So I want to do some metal songs that are just sort of nothing that I would release with a personal touch to it. I know that somebody had mentioned about Sell Myself Short. That's a personal song for me. It's talking about my inner fears and things like that. I don't know if I would want that to not be released as me, because that's my personal message in that song. But I mean, if I was to just go out and write some Halloween songs for the purpose of doing that, I think I want to do that, and at some point I would like to do that. So
definitely you should go for it.
And I'm gonna be picking your brain some more on
absolutely.
That. Just not this evening. So Rachel has a song that came out, and this is the first song that I heard from her, and it's called Sleeper. We're gonna hear a little bit of that right now.
What more do I say? Grown callous in every way. Sleepless nights, watching time creep by. My heart is beating, but I'm barely alive. Wake a sleeper.
I love his drum fill right here. That drum fill it's just so simple, but it's so impactful.
Right.
So the one thing that I wanted to say about that is if you, Rachel and I kind of share, I guess, a mix engineer and mastering engineer. So a lot of that stuff, I mean, whenever I was talking to Nathan about producing our stuff, and so what I do and what Rachel has done with her stuff is we send it off to get mixed and mastered by this person Valentine, and I know I've had him on live with him a couple times whenever I did the You Pay 2 thing, and then so if you go back to the release, whenever I'm talking about the releases, you can see Valentine's TikTok channel, and certainly if you like any of the production that he's done, we would want you to tell him. And then also, if you guys are looking for somebody to mix and master your stuff, he's certainly a good choice. So, So Rachel, what do you got coming up?
Well,
I know, and that's why I'm like this. I'm like excited to hear about it.
So, my music has leaned like Sleeper, kind of leaned a little bit more towards like the cinematic pop rock side, and I really want to get more of the sound that I love the most, which is more of like a, leaning towards where my roots came from, which was like post-hardcore metal and rock. And so I am heading in that direction, started production already. I guess the decision was made today. It's no longer an EP, it's going to be an album.
Nice.
So, and the plan is to have that release probably in August. We're going to release a single first as like a teaser, and then And then, yeah, go for it in August.
Which one? The one you let me hear already?
I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to decide which one's like the best. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other side of the future. Is that at some point you would like to do what?
I am aiming to get a band together and start doing shows. Yeah.
So I tell you what, when you have your first show, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'll be there for it. I certainly want to see that. So, because I think that, I think that you're with some of the people that I know that you're working with. I think that you have a good shot of doing some great things in the future.
Yeah, I've got an awesome team I'm working with. That's for sure.
And you all right there? Drink some
I'm
water.
I'm a little under the weather today, so sorry.
It's all right. So I'm going to play a part of this next song. This next song is Magnetar. It's actually was written by Valentine, the producer that we were talking about, and it has Rachel singing on it. And I think this is probably more what you're talking about, like the direction that you want to go.
This is much more the direction, yes.
So let's check this out. This is Magnetar. That's enough. You want to hear that? You go stream it, or you go buy it. It is Tino Leaders. That is Tino with Leaders with no space, and the song is called Magnetar. So, yes, that was the second song because that was released right after Sleeper, not too long after that.
Yep.
And I was like, I like Sleeper. I thought, wow, that's really cool. It's really pretty. And it got towards the end of Sleeper. This is another plug to go listen to all these people's songs on the playlist. It gets a little bit, the dynamic comes up a little bit at the end of Sleeper, but nothing like that. And whenever I heard that, I was like, oh, she rocks too. So, but yes, definitely. I just want to say thanks to all four, because Joe's added to it. I just want to say thanks everybody for coming in and helping me do the show here tonight, and I hope that it brings benefit to everybody. And like I was saying in the video that I used to promo the show, is this only works if we share other people's stuff too. So I mean, while I got you guys here, we're just gonna put our fists to the screen and we're gonna give ourselves fist bump to share everybody's music, and we're all in this together to help promote each other and see success for all of us, not just one of us. So, And that's what I got. Do you guys have fun tonight in the chat? Let me see if you guys had fun. Say hell yeah in the comments.
I'm gonna start it off.
Can we just say hell yeah live?
Hell yeah.
There we go.
By the way, you're two, both of you, your music is on point. It's good, really good.
So Nathan, I wanted to say, I know we went right into other segments, but that first funky song.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna date myself a little bit here on this one, but extreme Nuno Betancourt.
Dude, that's such a huge compliment. Sorry, I got mush mouth, but I was talking to someone the other day. I'm a huge Nuno fan. Like I am.
Yeah.
He's one of the best, really. So that's a huge compliment. Thank you.
Yeah. No, fantastic.
So I heard that
Rachel.
Extreme has a new song out. Extreme has a new song out. Have you heard this?
Yeah,
yet?
the song's okay, but the guitar solo is absolutely insane, and you should
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you were going to say something?
And let's go back to Rachel here real quick. Don't let anybody tell you can't. Just that becomes the fuel to your own personal fire. We've all been doing this for a long time. You get self-doubt every once in a while, but take that, turn it into something positive, and just do what you want, because not everybody can do what we do. And all the people that critique or run their mouths can't do any of this. They're keyboard warriors, and they cannot do anything we do, and they are jealous. And jealousy is a bad color on people. So just continue doing what we do as artists, as musicians. You do have an excellent voice. So yeah, just everybody, let's do one more fist bump before we blow this thing out of here, and let's just do this.
Sweet.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Tink, for having us.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.